Hey you guys, this is Tired Goth, and you are tuned into the Academia Gothica official podcast. This is season 12, episode 2. So, we're back on live, back online. Got my coffee. No, it's not Irish coffee, it's just regular coffee. So, I wanted to muse a little bit today about the state of events, the things that people have probably been noticing about the general public, their interactions with one another, their treatment of one another. People who have been neglected over the course of many centuries, years, entire generations of lineages, right, from their bloodline, from their sense of self and connection to this world. They're kind of losing it. They are behaving the way that they know how to after having been purposefully neglected and shunned from any place of education, is the truth. People are in what I believe is a thorough, head to toe spiritual war with what it is that they're evolving into, what it is that they want, and what it is that they have at their disposal to become that. We are literally in real time witnessing people shedding their proverbial feathers, skin, whatever you would call them. We're witnessing people molting their frustrations from never feeling or never knowing whether or not they could feel like they had a chance at life. And it looks ugly. It looks ugly, it looks haphazard, it looks uneducated, because it is. It's what a lot of people were left to become after being generationally and socially left out of anything that would benefit them. It's sort of like, okay, if you remove a bunch of people from, I don't know, like a lineage of intellect where they know what social etiquette looks like, where they know what it feels like to be treated with fairness and decency and respect, and they're taught how to use things, they're taught how to preserve their items, they're taught things, simple things that people like you and I probably take for granted every single day, or at least we may have at one point. And this is what it looks like, you know, when you see riots in New York City, uptown, when you see people committing violence, committing acts of, you know, fraud and theft and all sorts of stuff. This is what people were taught to use in lieu of being introduced or included in high society. Decades, centuries, eons from us ago, right? This is basically what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a bunch of people who are just trying to make amends with where they feel like they should have been by now. And you would think that the people who put those people in these positions would have learned by now that no, that does not breed a viable outcome. It breeds an outcome perhaps that you can comment on, but not with any type of verity, because for all we know, you were the exact type of personality that was there to put them there in the first place. So to me, it's just kind of like, okay, so what did you guys really expect to happen here? Did you not expect to be disappointed by humanity after your feeble attempts to corral it with a few quips and a cracked beer or something? I'm looking at life like I have my own bits that I'm chomping here, you know? But at the same time, it's kind of like, that's a point of empathy. That's a point of reference. That's something we can share. That's something we can actually empathize with each other on. I'm not looking at it as a point to compete. I'm not looking at it as a point to make fun of someone and educate them through further abuse. I'm looking at it like, okay, we all have something in common here. We're not happy. We're not satisfied, right? What do we do with it? How do we fix it? How do we work with that? It's frustrating. I find myself really disappointed, really angry, really upset a lot of the time, but it's almost like, why be brought to ire? Why be brought to ire? And my whole thing is like, when trolls come in the chat saying shit like that, they know they're about to get banned. Why would they even open up their mouth? So it's kind of just like, I look at the world, right? And I'm like, wow, this is a fucking mess. I look at what people are willing to forgive and I'm like, wow, this is a fucking mess. I look at what people laugh at and I'm like, wow, this is a fucking mess, right? And it's mostly because it's like, why? Why? Why are people suffering? Why are people left to question things that, like, they should never have to go through? And I mean, I look at it like this, like, I'm coming from a place where I was lucky enough, and I say lucky because I don't even know what luck is anymore. It's basically just been me and God. But I'm looking at this from a perspective where, like, after having been hacked to shreds, having all of my original work destroyed or otherwise wiped from servers where it could have been hosted and preserved, having to write a book to help other people based on what I myself survived, having to fight my way out of a house that was probably meant to die in, a bunch of other shit that people would probably just write off as septum theory, hashtag YOLO, or whatever the fuck the gamer kids are doing these days. And yeah, despite all this, despite having like the gratitude for my life that I do, I'm seeing that I'm standing up for people who aren't grateful. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? I actually love people to the point that I want to lift them out of darkness, and I'm seeing that a lot of them, they don't want to stay in the dark. They don't want to. They're just afraid to leave it. They feel like, oh, it's too big a risk. It's too hefty a burden to just leave all the shit that's killing me behind so that I could have like a new kind of perspective on things, right? And I'm coming from a place where like I literally emerged from ashes of my life. Like, it's not like my house was set on fire, but it was kind of like I lived what some people would probably try to write into a video game and make it hilarious when it really wasn't hilarious. So you see how all these trolls are here because they're Muslim pieces of flotsam and jetsam. I think they belong. See how all these trolls are here because they're Muslim pieces of flotsam and jetsam. I think they belong.